Just a few feet away from you. And as we wait for Conan O'Brien to take the stage tonight, let's check out Kimmel's performance.
But it's an honor to be here. You know, he told me when I was a kid that I would be sitting on the same dais with President Barack Obama. I would have said the president's name is Barack Obama? Mr. President, you remember when the country rallied around you in hopes of a better tomorrow? That was hilarious. That was your best one yet. But honestly, it's a thrill for me to be here with the president, a man who has, I think, done his best to guide us through some very difficult times and paid a heavy price for it. You know, there's a term for guys like President Obama. Probably not 2 terms, but some of your fellow Democrats think you're a pushover, Mr. President. They would like to see you stick to your guns. And if you don't have any guns, they would like to see you ask Eric Holder to get some for you. Jay Tapper wrote that. It's kind of hard to be funny with the President of the United States sitting right next to you, looking at you, and yet somehow, day in and day out, Joe Biden manages to do it. I wish he was here. I wish he was here so he could sit behind me and fake clap like he does during the State of the Union address. Are you enjoying this? Is this fun for you? This is the first meal he's had in months. They say diplomacy is a matter of carrots and sticks, and since Mrs. Obama got to the White House, so is dinner. You're very skinny. She doesn't let you eat. I felt weird about eating this. I left it untouched. I've never done that before. This is how you know this country's in bad shape. Our president is starving.
Very performed at this year's dinner in 1995. A lot of those jokes are still pretty funny. We'll dig up that tape next. When you attend a function with the president, the Secret Service puts you... It turns out technically still a virgin, but chefs to your table for a limited time. Speed to share. First call bee biscuits. Then choose 2 from a wide variety of chef-inspired entrees, like our new honey garlic crispy shrimp, or new seafood lovers like round out your seafood dinner with your choice of either an appetizer or dessert to share. Visit our seafood dinner for 2 just $25 at Red Lobster, where we see food differently. Let's go. Like these when I realized what a superhero I am. Wow. Yeah. There's point A. Let's Go sales event get up to $50 highest residual value award winner 3 years in a row. It's also the perfect time to check out the new Santa Fe. Plus, every Hyundai comes with Hyundai Insurance. That they decided to do something like this in Boston Terror. He asked her for extra degree of coolness all night long. Come feel the breeze and see the entire Tempur-Pedic collection only at Chubby's and sleep like a puppy tonight. Compared to dealing with our phone company,
Help isn't a chore. And with First Rate, we call that a terrific.
adds up nicely. By the way, do you guys know training?
No, I think it is independent, and I'm okay with that.
Switch to Time Warner Cable Business Class for service and technology. Get internet for $74.95 per month from bundled with phone. Plus, get Microsoft Teams for $9.95 per month for email box.
How are the offshore accounts doing?
You don't have any.
That was on you.
Come feel the breeze at Chubby's. If you sleep hot or just like your bed to be extra cool, visit Chubby's today and experience the Tempur-Breeze technology for an extra degree of coolness all night long. Come feel the breeze and see the entire Tempur-Pedic collection only at Chubby's and sleep like a puppy tonight.
Piers Morgan, and this is
Welcome back, everyone. There's the crowd inside the Washington Hilton. This is CNN special. Michelle Turner, correspondent, and our resident White House correspondent, Brianna Keeler. What's going on at the Hilton? You guys are there. Take us inside.
Yeah, we're home court. And you know here is significantly compared to what they're used to. And to that point, he sure did. Just a moment ago behind us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was trying to go one way that he wasn't supposed to go, that was blocked off. And
Who was it?
security, Matthew Perry, Chandler Bing,
Friends of Friends fame.
yes. And he nicely, curtly, you can't go that way, sir. He's like, but wait, what's going on? And so it almost became an issue, but it wasn't. And he went the right way. With humor. Security's very tight. It was cute. It was funny.
So, listen, it's not just Hollywood. You're talking about Matthew Perry, but, I mean, there are big names there, even in sports. Brianna, I understand that there's basketball players.
That's right. He's actually a guest of CNN's here at this dinner. We're so glad to have him. And Don, we were able to interview a number of people, but for me personally, I will tell you, this was the highlight for me. It is a basketball phenom, but really became a bit of an icon when we saw him just have that very tragic break of his leg last month during the game Louisville against Duke. So I talked to him about what's ahead for him for as far as basketball goes, but also what is he going to say to President Obama, who is a big basketball fan. Here's what he told me. Kevin Ware, how are you feeling tonight?
Great. It's an honor to be here, honestly. I know my situation sparked a lot of people. It's definitely a privilege. I really appreciate it.
Everyone wants to know horrible injury during the Elite Eight. They want to know, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm putting pressure on my leg already. Everything is really ahead of schedule. I'm 4 weeks in this Sunday, and I feel like I'll be fine in 6 months for sure. I'll be back. Wanted me to slow down a little bit, so I'm fine.
You have amazing being here with all of these different characters?
Definitely, because these people I've seen in movies, government, and a lot of stuff like that. So seeing these people in person and really meet great people like this is really a privilege. Mr. President.
So he's going to give the president a piece of his mind. That takes some guts. Won the championship.
Absolutely. I said it. I was excited to
mix and match, put together things. Last minute, we're here. However, this is be here and watch this on TV and be able to be here. You can see emotion. See what this is all about.
I asked him, do you have some sort of community that you want to talk to people about? He said, heck no, I'm just here for the food. I want to side with me. So no, I'm just going to hang out tonight and have a good time. And you know, I also talked to them because, you know, their season finale of Duck Dynasty gathered 9.3 million viewers. That is phenomenal. I mean, people really, really love this show. And he said, you know, it's just regular people, and we're funny, and they are. So, but I think, like me, there were a lot of people that were excited to see Willie. I think so too. It was a highlight.
All that, you know, we joke about the old mullet, like 80s hair. It wasn't even business in the front, party in the back.
No.
It was
That was
party all
full on
over.
ZZ Top. Yeah, that was
Party all over.
Yeah.
Just like tonight.
Guys are hilarious. This is great. Listen to something closer as the president starts speaking soon. Bring his remarks to you live. But first, let's not leave former President George W. Bush out of the fun. He had some memorable one-liners while he was in the White House.
I want to talk about some serious issues, such as, okay, here it comes. Nuclear proliferation. Nuclear proliferation. Nuclear proliferation. Nuclear proliferation.
Switch your car insurance to Geico, and we can help you save on boat and motorcycle insurance too. Other insurance companies are green with envy. No, I'm sorry, but this is all wrong. I would never say that.
Well, what'd you say?
Well, I'd probably emphasise the savings. You know, lose that green with envy bit. Rubbish. It's just a reference about my complexion.
But the focus group's not that.
Focus groups? Geico doesn't use focus groups. Excuse me, what? No one told me we were using focus groups.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What's the difference between Sea-Doo and other watercraft? Sea-Doo is the only watercraft with intelligent brake and reverse, so it can stop up to 100 feet sooner than other watercraft. Which means more control than you've ever had on the water. And effortless maneuvering at the dock. Sea-Doo. Ultimate control on the water.
Used to start. Here's a resolution.
Iron Man ever. I get a lot of this, it's okay. Iron Man 3, rated PG-13. This is on TV Friday.
I'm pretty concerned. Except what?
Expedia, find yours. The humble backseat. We believe it can be the most valuable real estate on earth. That's why we designed our newest Subaru from the backseat forward. Introducing the all-new, completely restyled Subaru Forester. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Christian Mingle, people of like faith to me.
That friend that introduced you to your wife.
Find God's match for your friends the way we did.
Join ChristianMingle.com today. Joining is easy and free.
Weed, I spray and I pull and I pull and I spray.
Just have my kids pull them. Built in use pre-built pre-weave.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. There's a confident company that should cancel without a comment. Like, you know, having trouble with your
special coverage happening right now. You're looking inside the ballroom at the Washington Hilton, and only a handful of people were invited to this event, but we have who are there, Michelle Turner, and also Brianna Cummings at the event. You know, 18 years later, Team Coco is back in Washington. Rocked the House when President Clinton was in office. He'll be back behind the mic in just a few minutes. But first, it's not just comedians that bring the laughs. Presidents and first ladies are part of the fun.
And so the city slicker asked the old guy how to get to the nearest town.
Not an old joke. Not again. I've been attending these dinners for years and just quietly sitting there. Well, I've got a few things I want to say first. He's delighted to come to these press dinners. Baloney. He's usually in bed by now. I'm not kidding. I said to him the other day, George, if you really want to end tyranny in the world, you're going to have to stay up later. George and I are complete opposites. I can pronounce nuclear.
Who's that's the person you see on television with the, the nice hair and very professional. Then there's Delise. See the one with her hair wrapped up? E.T. talking about. North Korea said, what?
As you know, I always look forward to these dinners.
It's just a bunch of media types. Hollywood liberals, Democrats like Joe Biden. How come I can't have dinner with the 36% of Here it comes. Nuclear proliferation. Nuclear proliferation. Nuclear proliferation. Nuclear proliferation. Sing a little song all on the throne in Washington. We're gonna poke a lot of fun. Poke a lot of fun at Washington. Tough anymore, of course. I Los Angeles. I'm all lactose intolerant into the Kabbalah and everything. I traveled the world adopting babies. I solve international crisis with my celebrity. Stop war! The beautiful infidel is right. Let us put down our weapons. What were we thinking? Let us moisturize and text each other.
I know you're biracial, but the first black president. I mean, it's proud. You're proud to be able to say that. The first black president. Well, that's unless you screw up. And then it's gonna be, what's up with the half-white guy, huh? The first lady, beautiful as always, look very nice, and how dare you grief about sometime. We went over to London.
Some of you my official long-form birth certificate. But just in case there are any lingering questions, tonight, prepare to go a step further. Tonight, for the first time, I am releasing my official birth video. Let's take a look.
So thank you for the timing on that, Mr. President. Now unusable. We were working on these jokes for months. One of my guys said, "Are you worried we're a little heavy on birth certificate jokes? What if he releases it before the dinner?" And I was like, why would he do that?
I also want to thank Mr. Mills, my 10th grade high school history teacher, who said I'd never amount to anything if I kept screwing around in class. Mr. Mills, I'm about to high-five the President of the United States. Mills. Thank you, everybody.
Very good stuff. President Obama going to take to the podium, very seen there in Washington, and chance to have some fun at the expense of some of Mr. Obama's best moments from last year's dinner as our special coverage continues. Don't go anywhere.
Much has changed during my time in office. 4 years ago, I was locked in a brutal primary battle with Hillary Clinton. 4 years later, she won't stop drunk texting me from Cartagena.
Most of us like being in cool places for vacation or business, but getting there sucks. Stacks of papers with itineraries and reservations, and finding confirmation emails in the inbox. Dude. Well, the gang over at TripIt thought that there should be a better way to organize your travel and make life a little bit easier. TripIt uses this automagical process to create a super simple and truly helpful master itinerary that you can view from anywhere. So decrease the chaos and increase the peace in your travels. Sign up for free at TripIt.com.
Former Weather Underground leader Nicholas Sloan continues to elude federal investigators.
Who's your best reporter? Prove it. Mr. Grant? I don't have time for this. The man doesn't exist before 1979.
It's a diversion.
Fugitive Nicholas Sloan has been exposed by a reporter.
Introducing new Parmesan pasta from Silverhouse. Marinara, tomato basil, turkey envelope, vodka elegante, tomato romano, sassy, and low sodium marinara.